Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on NewsTalk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. I want to spend a little time in this video talking about local control and what's going on down in Austin during the 85th Texas legislative session with Senate Bill 2. Senate Bill 2, which the Senate passed a couple of weeks ago. The Texas Senate approved this bill. It's a property tax bill aimed at limiting local governments and what local governments can collect in taxes without voter approval. Sounds about pretty good, right? For the average voter. This reading here from the Lubbock Avalanche Journal, which earlier in the weekend came out with a piece where they had some rural elected officials and Lubbock Mayor Dan Pope, along with Lubbock City Manager, coming out against SB 2. Here's what SB 2 is in a nutshell. Currently, there's an 8% property tax increase or higher, or a 8% property tax increase or higher allows voters to gather signatures, and it's a certain amount of signatures in a limited time span, that would trigger an election on the new rate. This bill that passed, Senate Bill 2, would actually lower that threshold to 5% and would require an automatic election, an effective tax rate increase of more than 5%, either due to tax increases or increase in appraisal values, or both. If it's more than 5% increase, it would automatically trigger an election. Well, Mayor Dan Pope, the city manager, Jared Atkinson, and some rural elected officials got all up in arms, and they're all in a huff and a puff about this because, some say or they predict that this will lead to fire departments going away, police departments going away, and that these counties could go bankrupt, which actually won't happen at all. Today, and I give her credit, Lubbock City Councilwoman Karen Gibson came on my show on the Wednesday edition of the program, and she talked about her, not so much fears about this bill, but she actually applauded Senate Bill 2 and said that it would be a good thing for you, the taxpayers here in the state of Texas. She did have some concern about small town elected officials in small towns throughout Texas. But even she said in the interview, which you can listen to at KFYO.com, she said during that interview that, hey, listen, voters are smart enough to where if we need to add more police or more firefighters, or we need to buy more police vehicles or fire trucks, voters are smart enough to say okay to that. And it's true. Those who are freaking out about SB 2 and about local control, they have no faith in you, the voters. It's pretty sad to see. And for Mayor Dan Pope, quite honestly, it's very disappointing to see. Lubbock, Texas is not going to meet that 5% increase threshold. It's something that Councilwoman Karen Gibson said as much during the show on Wednesday, and others have said, well, most cities probably won't hit this 5% threshold. But listen, if they do, all the city has to do is go to the voters and say, here's why we need to increase taxes past this 5% effective rate. Here's why we need to do it. Here's why it needs to be an 8% increase. Remember, a 5% increase is still a lot of money. This isn't capping cities off from ever raising money from year to year. Not at all. It just says over 5% from the effective rate last year to now, then you have to go to the voters and get their approval. Cities and liberals forget it's your money. The government, what they collect, it's not their money to play around with. At the end of the day, it's your money, the taxpayers' money. And for far too long, we have seen where municipalities across the state of Texas have abused your money. They have used it in things to help out quality of life, which isn't exactly what government is supposed to do. It's also been used as a slush fund for many municipalities. And I'm not just talking about Lubbock. I'm talking about everywhere across the state of Texas. So I applaud Lubbock City Councilwoman Karen Gibson for appearing on the show and coming out in defense of SB2. And I'm not the only one who applauds her. State Representative Dustin Burrows also sent out a tweet saying that he applauded her as well. So kudos to Councilwoman Karen Gibson. And for all of you out there who are spreading these doom and gloom scenarios that counties are going to go bankrupt and that municipalities won't be able to have police forces or firefighters or they won't be able to take care of anybody, shame on you. You're just attempting scare tactics. Have a little faith in the voters, okay? If it's about police, if it's about public safety, I truly believe that voters would say okay to a tax increase in those circumstances. But building all these other fancy things that government shouldn't be involved in, that's when voters have said, we've had enough of you taking our money. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on NewsTalk 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO. Quick follow-up real quick on the SB2 deal. It does now go to the Texas House, and we'll see what the Texas House does with this bill. Keep an eye on it. We will on the show. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day.